is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are LA.
Well, we had some serious thunderstorms roll through Arlington here today, but no effect on the starting time. We will get started at about 4 or 5 minutes from now as the Angels look for the series sweep over the Texas Rangers. With a victory last night in Oakland, losing to the Atlanta Braves, the Angels just percentage points ahead of the Oakland Athletics as we begin play today. Oakland will take on the Braves later on tonight. As we walk the inside Globe Life Park and back to Angels baseball here on Fox Sports West, along with Mark Gubiza, I'm Victor Rojas. And yesterday, the Angels got the offense started in that first inning, courtesy of Albert Pujols, and a laser beam of a home run. He is starting to get the job done offensively, and he's starting to become a leader in that clubhouse.
I like what you said about that leader thing, Victor. He certainly has, and you mentioned that getting that scoring early. Look at our AT&T Universe rewind. Albert Pujols got his hands inside the baseball very well here against Colby Lewis. Tried to sneak that fastball inside, got his hands in, and was able to get the barrel of the bat on the baseball. You mentioned that laser beam out for a home run, a solo shot, got the scoring going, and it allowed Matt Shoemaker to relax and be able to get that win. But what he said after the game was something I thought was very important. We haven't accomplished anything yet. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. We still have our goal in order as far as winning the division, but just being in first place at this point doesn't mean anything at this time. So you want to go out there, continue to play Mike Scioscia type baseball, one game at a time, and then we'll wait and see what happens at the end of the season.
You mentioned Matt Shoemaker. He pitched well yesterday, picking up the victory this afternoon. It's Hector Santiago going up against Nick Tepesch. We're just about ready for baseball in Texas, so sit back and relax. Lineups at first pitch when we return. Angels baseball is brought to you by CarMax. Start the search for your next car at CarMax. By the Fiat 500 1957 edition, returned of the original. Visit FiatUSA.com to learn more. And by the UPS Store, your one-stop shop for your small business needs. Park here in Arlington, Texas. A slight little drizzle here as we wrap up this 3-game series. The Halos with 1-run victories over the first 2 games. 5-4, the identical score both Friday and Saturday. See what they can do this afternoon as Nick Tepesch and the Rangers have taken the field. We'll take a look at manager Mike Scioscia's starting lineup for the Angels at 72-49 of the season. Cole Calhoun's been red hot, 7-game hitting streak for him. Leading things off in right field, Mike Trout at center, Albert Pujols at DH. Howie Kendrick in that cleanup spot, Josh Hamilton getting the day off. Eric Ibar in the 5-hole at shortstop. David Freese jumps up, had his 11-game hitting streak snapped yesterday. Efren Navarro gets a start at first. Colin Calgo gets a start in left. And batting ninth and doing the catching is Hank Congers. They take on 25-year-old right-hander native of Kansas City, Missouri. His name is Nick Tepesch.
Nick Tepesch, fastballs, 87-92 range, sinks it well. If there's a cut fastball, curveball, changeup. To be successful against Tepesch, though, the Angels are going to have to try to think in terms of the home run ball. He's given up 11 so far this season in just under 80 innings pitched. Middle of the order production, 24 for 66 with 3 home runs, 7 RBIs, and 3 4-hitters against Tepesch this season.
So we're ready for the first pitch here this afternoon as Cole Calhoun settles in. First pitch being delivered by the UPS Storm. 7-game hitting streak for Cole, and in that stretch he's gone 15 for 34 as the first one today is down and in. Calhoun has raised his batting average to 295 with that hot stretch. 13 home runs, 39 runs batted in. 2 for 5 game last night. A single and a double. The double is 22nd. He rips this one into right field, but Rios dead in his tracks. Now comes in and makes a catch for the first down. Defensively for Texas this afternoon, you have Chu, Robertson, and Rios in the outfield from left to right. The infield has Rosales, Andrews, Odor, and Arancibia from third to first, and Soto back behind the plate.
And Rosales getting the start at third base for Texas. He's played all 4 infield positions this season. As far as fielding percentage, .946 all time as a third baseman, his lowest fielding percentage in one of those infield positions. Strong arm, though, from that third base spot. Well, even Calhoun, when he makes it out anymore, is hit right on the line. Well, he can't hit a baseball any harder. Rios was able to be in that right position to catch that line drive out.
Mike Trout looks at a strike, and it evens up the count at 1-1. Trout now has been in a prolonged funk for him. 0 for his last 16 and 4 for his last 37. This caused his batting average to dip down to 289. He looks at a strike on the inside corner. 27 home runs and 86 RBIs.
Yeah, a lot of fastballs, Vickers, in and up. And trying to avoid anything down in the strike zone. That's the pitch he's been still crushing.
Lays off of that. And it evens up the count at 2-2. Tepesch making his third start against the Angels. 0-1 with a .482 ERA. Took the loss his last time out. That was on July the 11th. This was fouled back. In that start, Tepesch went 6 innings, gave up 6 hits, and allowed 3 runs. Texas got shut out 3-0. He's thrown the ball well of late. 3 straight quality starts for Texas. And a sky to left. Chu over to his right a couple of steps. Puts it away for round number 2.
And Hyundai key to this game today for the Halos, going to Lincoln Park. Leave out all the rest, and I think Albert Pujols said it best in the conversation. Best record in baseball, leading by percentage points as far as first place in the AL West. Think in terms of playing a solid game, field the ball, pitch the ball, and hit the ball well, and win this game today. Let everyone else talk about where they are in the standings.
First one to Albert, a little bit high. Pujols homered in that first inning. His only hit of the night last night, going 1 for 4. His 23rd home run of the year. 74th run batted in. Gets the quasi day off today, serving as a DH. Albert did a nice job, not only offensively, but defensively, making another spectacular play last night. Just feeling pretty good. Putting himself in a conversation for a possible Gold Glove award. He taps this one foul.
Yeah, no question he should be considered for that. His mobility around the base much better.
32nd game for Albert in the DH spot this year. He's at .350 as a DH. 9 home runs, 25 runs batted in. 2-1. Downstairs, 3 balls and a strike with Kendrick on deck. Just underway. A couple of fly ball outs. Calhoun and Trout. And there's ball 4. So a 2-out walk. Keeps the inning alive for the Angels as Howie will step up now.
From a 3-1 slider. And without Josh Hamilton, although Josh has been struggling hitting behind poles, you wonder how many fastballs he'll get in a fastball count today. Howie's done a solid job, certainly against Texas this year. A .333 batting average with a home run and 6 RBI versus Texas this year alone.
Howie had a 3-hit game last night with a couple of singles and a home run. 3 for 4 overall. Shoots this one out to right field. Rios is there. And the Angels are down here at the top of the first. Right to the bottom of the first. Scoreless. For the Texas Rangers, bringing up the rear of the American League West with a 47-76 record. Shin-Soo Choo, who had batted in the DH spot the first 2 times in this series, will get the start at left. Elvis Anderson short. And Rios in right field. Beltre at DH today. J. Pierre Sibby, the first baseman. Adam Rosales gets the start at third. Giovanni Soto behind the plate. Rougned Odor at second. And Daniel Robertson batting ninth and playing center field. Taking on Hector Santiago. Coming into this one with a 3-7 record, a 3.59 ERA. He's pitched much better of late.
Exactly right. You know, don't look at that 1-loss record. What he's done of late has been outstanding for Hector. But the keys for him to be successful against Texas, continue that aggressive approach with a lot of first pitch strikes, and don't blame it on Rios. Alex Rios with good numbers against Hector. 3 for 8 with 2 home runs and 4 RBI.
Choo takes upstairs for ball 1. The left fielder hitting .243 with 12 home runs and 39 runs batted in. 1 for 4 game yesterday as he homered in the 4th inning off Matt Shoemaker. He'll look at the strike to even up the count. Santiago out on the road this year, 2-4 mark with a 4.30 earned run average. As that one misses up and in. It's 2-1.
Really, a couple of those pitches already slipped out of the hand of Hector Santiago. Back to get the rosin bag to be able to get a better feel for the baseball now.
Now it's 3 balls and a strike. First win of the season for Hector Santiago right here on July the 10th. It's Choo. Taps this one up the first base line. Efrain Navarro will take it himself, and there's the first out here at the bottom of the first. Defensively for the Angels, you've got Colin Cowgill at left, Mike Trout at center, Cole Calhoun at right. The infield has David Freese, Eric Ibar, Howie Kendrick, and Efrain Navarro from third to first. And Conker behind the plate.
And Hank's done a very good job defensively this season. ERA when he's behind the plate 3.42 with which is fifth best in the American League with 50 or more starts. 2.90 ERA with Hector Santiago on the mound. So these two have worked well together.
Elvis Andrus, shortstop, steps in. 1 for 4 game last night. Hitting .272. One ball, one strike. Back-to-back no decisions for Hector against the Red Sox and the Dodgers. Last time out, no runs. 2 hits, 6 strikeouts, 5 strikeouts in 6 innings. That was against Boston. 98 pitches. This is bounced to second. 2 down.
Good sign early on, getting ground ball outs for Hector Santiago. Last game out, a lot of fly ball action for him. Finally settled down. You mentioned his 6 shutout innings against Boston. Threw the ball well and has been throwing the ball well. Last 7 games, 3-0 with a 1.95 ERA for Hector Santiago, who hasn't gotten a lot of run support. So he's had to really pitch a lot of real close, tight games throughout this entire season.
Not one ground ball out by any Angels pitcher in that last start by Hector. That was on Sunday against Boston. Rios looks at a strike. Rangers right fielder hitting .285 this season. 2 RBIs single last night. That one is saw in the corner. It's 0-2. Tom Hallion calling the balls and strikes. Hal Gibson at first, Chris Guccione at second, and Eric Cooper at third base. High fastball in Rios. Got the arms extended, fouls it straight back. Angels in the top of the first. Got a 2-out walk by Pujols, but Kendrick fly ball to right to end the top of the inning. Ground out 2 of them here to start the bottom of the inning for Hector. Fouled off to the right.
Well, just watching that sequence that Hank put down. Originally, he wanted a fastball in. Hector shook it off, fastball away, change up, curveball, but then right away, Hector came back to the fastball inside that Hank Conger wanted originally against Rios. That trust you have in your catcher as far as your game plan.
This one's out to center. Trout waiting for it. And Hector Santiago with a 1-2-3 first. We'll head to the second here in Texas with no score. Today's game being powered by Energy Upgrade California. Manage energy and help California stay golden. Visit energyupgradeca.org. Nick Tepesh for Texas to face Eric Ibar, David Freese, and Efrain Navarro for the Angels here in the second. Angels last night collecting 10 hits, the night before 9. Swinging the bat a little bit better over the first 2 games of the series as Ibar looks to strike. More importantly, picking up the W's. It's at the end of the day all that matters. Angels as a group in the month of August at 234. Ibar's batting average now at 266. This after collecting a couple of hits last night, going 2 for 4. So the flip flop in the order between Kendrick and Ibar worked last night. This one, roller towards second. Odor comes charging in, flips it over to first, and safe at first base.
I was going to say that was going to be a real close play. A little confusion between Aaron Sibia and Odor. Well, who's going to get the baseball? Ron Washington looking in to make sure to see if he could go out and challenge the call at first base. That's an inexperienced first baseman going towards that baseball, and then the slight bobble. A real close play. See if the ball is in the glove.
Doesn't look like Ron Washington's going to come out and appeal it. That's an infield base hit for Ibar.
It looked like the foot just as he's trying to maintain control of the baseball here in Sibia.
Man pulled his foot as well.
It's all about that inexperience going after the baseball initially. If you go right to the base, I think they have a better chance of making that play.
I'll check in on Eric. Second base runner for the Angels. First hit of the afternoon. Freese last night had his 11-game hitting streak snapped. Going 0 for 3. Was also hit by a pitch. 258 average with 6 home runs and 40 runs batted in. First one's down and away.
Tepesh has a very good pickoff move. 3 pickoffs this year.
th round pick by Texas in 2010 out of Missouri. This one looped down towards shallow right field. Rios will play it on a couple of hops, misplays it, actually overruns it. Ibar will be stopped at third.
That's great base running by Eric Ibar. Right off the bat, realizing that ball was not going to be caught. Going on that flare into right field, goes first to third. It's great base running. Another base hit for David Freese. Got jammed. There's no way Rios is going to throw out Eric Ibar anyhow because he read that one well.
So the first 2 have reached for the Angels here in the second. Nobody out. Efrain Navarro at the plate. Efrain hit a 268 with a home run and 9 runs batted in. Getting to start today at first base with Albert serving as at DH. Pulls the first one into right field, and Ibar will come across to score as the Angels have themselves a 1-0 lead.
I like that aggressiveness for Navarro. Got a fastball, middle part of the plate, didn't waste it. Good swing, barrel the bat, drives in another run. His 10th now of the season. Got a fastball in the half. He's looking for something to drive in the air. It's a line drive base hit, gets the job done.
Freese advances to second. Still nobody out. Colin Cowgill now up. Colin a 271 batting average. 5 home runs, 17 runs batted in. It was in a game here in which he ended up having to go on the disabled list. Ball fracturing his nose.
Thumb also on a bunt attempt. Did 444 versus Texas. The season 8 for 18 for Cowgill.
Little bouncer off the glove to Tepesh, and it's going to load him up.
Well, that's a break. That's a potential double play ball. Instead, it ends up being an infield base hit. Right back up the middle. At the very least, Andrews is going to have that play. Maybe not a double play ball, but it's going to be an out. Instead, it's bases loaded and no outs.
Unable to make a step toward the baseball. Looked like he was kind of in his landing area, and that momentum had kind of kept him on the first base side.
And you always, anything hit your way, you always think in terms of, I got to reach to try to make the play. But that's why you look behind you to see where your middle infielders are set up. Both Odor and Andrews were towards the middle. Either one of them would be able to make that play, but you have to make sure you look back as a pitcher.
Still nobody out. The base is loaded. Hank Conger cuts through the first one. Hank now at 223 on the season with 3 home runs, 23 RBIs. First start of the series for Hank, with Chris getting a start behind the plate. Snap peck over to first base, and Cowgill, fortunately, was able to get back to it because of a errant throw by Giovanni Soto. If that throws on the bag,
they got a shot at him.
Huge secondary lead for Cowgill.
Well, he was well off the base in the high throw from Soto. Reason why he's taking that big lead, just in case there's a ground ball in the infield, he's going to try to prevent a double play from being turned.
1-1. Popped up on the infield. Infield fly rule is called, 1 out. Unproductive at bat for Hank Conger as his struggles continue. 1 out, bases remain loaded for now. Cole Calhoun.
One of the struggles with the bases loaded, though, continue. Now it's up to Cole Calhoun, who's been swinging the bat very well. Similar situation earlier in this series, where he got 2 home on a little flare in the right field.
That was yesterday in the 4th inning after the Angels loaded him up. And then Bosch and Inetta were put out for the first 2 outs. A little dribbler to the right side. Odor's only plays to first. Freeze scores, and it's 2-0 Angels as Cole picks up his 40th run batted into the year. Navarro to third base, Cowgill to second, 2 outs now. And here comes Trout. Might get a fly ball to left, a towering shot to left. Gone easily by Chu in the first inning.
And upstairs again with a fastball.
First time in his career he's gone hitless in 4 straight starts. Missed it. 2 balls, no strikes. This all started on an infield base hit by Eric Ibar. Freeze with a base hit to right. Navarro with a base hit to right, bringing in a run. And Cowgill with an infield base hit. Conger with a pop up on the infield for the first out. Calhoun with the RBI ground out. Looking for more with a couple on. This one hit toward the hole. Rosales to his left has it. Fires to first. The Angels top of the second is in the book. But they strike for 2 runs. They do it on 4 hits and leave 2 men on. We'll head to the second. Bottom of the inning. 2-0 Halos. Coming up later in the game, we'll bring you the AT fan photo of the game, but we need your help. Tweet us your photo using hashtag WestFanPhoto, and your pick could be shown in an upcoming game broadcast. Beltre, Arancibia, and Rosales to face Hector Santiago, who delivers ball one on Adrian Beltre. All-star third baseman serving as a DH this afternoon for Ron Washington, hitting .319, 17 home runs, 64 runs batted in. Cole is underneath this one. Puts it away for the first out. We'll bring up Arancibia. The Angels, you mentioned it during that situation yesterday in that fourth inning with the bases loaded. Only managed to get base loaded and nobody out. Only managed to get 2 runs. You know, maybe you sound a little greedy by saying only scoring twice, but you've got an opportunity against the pitching staff here at Texas that has struggled all season long, and put him in a corner, if you will, and another bases loaded, no out situation. You only manage just 2 runs. You'll take it. You're happy with it because you've got the lead. But as you pointed out in the break, we were talking possible knockout punch right there.
Especially for a team that's struggling. You're going to have a lot of guys down in their bullpen finally getting major league experience down there, so they're going to struggle at times themselves.
Arancibia pulls one down the line. Foul. That's an 0-2 count.
There's Hulkamania t-shirt on.
I didn't think those were still in circulation.
He may be back.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Arancibia getting to start at first base once again today. 178 average. Takes a called strike 3, and there's the best strikeout call in baseball by Tom Hallion. 2 outs.
Looking forward to that one. Paints the inside corner. Tom Hallion all loose now. Inside 4-seam fastball. Tom Hallion. Great call. He's got to go through a stretching program before the game to be able to get ready to ring up somebody.
He might be going to hot yoga with Jose Mota on a regular basis.
No question.
Adam Rosales takes outside.
We got a snort from me there.
I wasn't going to say anything. I'm usually the one that does that. Rosales pops this one up near the plate, and Kyle gets rid of the mask. And a 1-2-3 shutdown inning for Hector Santiago. We'll head to the 3rd. Halos lead it.
Not built as much with team speed this season as we have been in other years, so it's really going to be relying on what happens in the batter's box. When that batter's box offense goes south, sometimes it's tough to manufacture the runs as maybe we have in the past.
Mike Scioscia talking about the offense and the lack of perhaps of team speed. The Angels are 10th in the American League in stolen bases, as Albert Pujols leads things off here in the third with the Angels up 2-0.
Yeah, when you look at the teams that Mike Scioscia had, especially the playoff teams, a lot of stealing, a lot of hit and running. You'll see suicide squeeze with the man on third. Guys in motion a lot more than this team is built, in his opinion, right now is a team that's going to rely on some power and driving in the ball in the gap to be able to go first or third, or good base running, heads up base running like we saw from Eric Ibar in the second inning.
But now that you're 120, this is the 22nd game, 122nd game of the season. As Pujols swings 2-0, hits one towards short. Elvis Andrews will throw on to first for the first down. You have a pretty good gauge of what type of team you have, whether you are going to be a bombing type of team with home runs. And the Angels, you go back to April, hit 37 home runs in the month of April. You're thinking, all right, this is a team that's going to be a lot of big boppers up 1 through 9. That hasn't necessarily played out. I mean, the Angels are 5th in home runs. They've certainly cooled off in that category. Just figured that at times, and I would imagine fans sitting at home watching the games would watch this team struggle out of the gate after the All-Star break, that you even push the envelope. Just try something just to see if you can get something out.
And we've said it a number of times ourselves, especially with certain guys that play, especially with the man on first and David Freese, how well he hits the ball to the right side of the field, or Howie Kendrick or Eric Ibar. Those type of players put the ball in play on the ground so well that you do have a chance at least go and hit and run. But I think when you look at the production of this team this year, it's really predicated on Josh Hamilton being Josh Hamilton, driving the ball out of the ballpark, hitting doubles. He's been in a slump for a while. Started off extremely hot, winning Coke Player of the Week in the American League to start off. Got hurt, came back, got hurt again. They need him to be the type of player he can be to be able to allow this offense to score more runs the way Mike Scioscia's playing baseball this year with them.
Howie loops one out to right field. Rios comes in, makes the catch. 2 down. Rios playing a little bit more shallow against Kendrick. Howie twice has hit a fly ball to Rios. So he is 0 for 2 now, and Eric Ibar will come up.
And hit well by Howie once again. Is trying to hit a line drive the other way, and Rios coming in, playing shallow, just above the outfield grass.
And that Josh Hamilton question is the one that got everyone scratching their heads now, considering his approach to the plate, especially of late. At 132 over his last 10 games with 18 strikeouts. In the afternoon off today. Calico getting the start in left. And while he, Mike Scioscia that is, may not want to shift the lineup around, might just have to at some point if it continues for Josh.
Amazing when some of the guys not putting up those type of numbers, second in the American League as far as runs scored.
Ibar with an infield base hit to lead off the second. He's also scored a run. He's now ahead of the count at 3-0. Tepish about to throw his 40th pitch. No strikeouts, 1 walk, 4 hits allowed. Strike 3 and 1. Rain has finally stopped here. Played in a slight little drizzle to start this ball game. As far as the forecast is concerned, it's supposed to be all right the rest of the way. Full count. Mild too, as far as first pitch is concerned. 72 degrees at first pitch.
And we are in August, aren't we?
This is the coolest first pitch they've had on this date in Texas since 1997. That is ball 4. Second walk issued by the right-hander. Keeps the inning alive for Freese.
So these are the plays now where I feel where Mike Scioscia may be more apt to send Eric Ibar. It's a free pass with 2 outs, a 2-out walk. You have David Freese, we mentioned earlier, hits the ball well the other way. Ibar with good speed, although Tepesh has a very good move that still allows you to put a hit and run on or some type of motion.
Chopper to short. They'll flip it to Odor. The Angels are down here in the third. We'll head to the bottom of the inning. Bottom third coming up for Texas with the Angels leading at 2-0.
Dennis Klein got this field ready. We had a lot of rain, thunderstorms going through the area here in the morning. As usual, the grounds crew here does a fantastic job getting this field in great condition to be able to play this game of baseball. That goes to Dennis Klein, head groundskeeper. Solid effort once again as far as getting this field ready.
Bottom third coming up for Texas. Here's Giovanni Soto, the catcher, will lead things off, followed by Rougned Odor. Daniel Robertson as Hector delivers a strike. Soto a .258 batting average, a home run and 3 runs batted in. Had the night off last night. Chirinos gets the start behind the plate. Soto went 1 for 4 in the opening game of this series with a single. Two balls, 1 strike. Six up, 6 down for Santiago. There's 1 strikeout. A chopper to the right side will beat the shift. There's Soto on board with a leadoff single.
Well, just a routine ground ball, but because of the shift being on, ends up being a hit. 2-1 count for Soto. .316 career hitter against the Angels. He's got himself into very good hitters counts in his 2 starts so far in the series.
There's Odor, the second baseman. Odor last night 0 for 4. 0 for 8 in the series. .251 batting average. Batted the 9th spot the first 2 games. Jumps up 1 spot in the 8-hole. Robertson batting 9th. Mentioned earlier, Oakland's playing later on tonight. They're in Atlanta. It's a Sunday night game. Odor fouls this one back. 1-2 down for Kansas City, leading Minnesota 7-1. In the bottom of the 3rd inning. That coupled with Seattle shutting out the Tigers 7-0 in the 7th. Could give the Royals a game that they lost in the standings yesterday. Put them at 1.5, but still a lot of baseball to be played in both of those games as Odor fouls this one off the left.
What a great story, Chris Young. Starter for Seattle. In terms of potentially picking up his 12th win of the season.
Seattle at the start of the day, 6.5 back in the West. Called strike 3. Down goes Odor. 1 down.
Good off-speed pitch, middle part of the plate and down. Tom Hallion, his second ring-up of the game.
So 1 down, 1 on, and here's Robertson, the left fielder. First one down low. Robertson hitting .288, 3 doubles, a triple, 13 runs batted in. 49th game for him with Texas. That'll even up the count. Leadoff single by Giovanni Soto as he stands at first base. Halo striking for 2 runs in the second. Lifted foul and out of play. Count will go to 1-2. .33 pitches thrown by Santiago so far. 22 have been strikes. 2 punch outs, no walks, and 1 hit. After so far today, facing a team that has struggled offensively this year. All the injuries that they've had, but trying to work both sides of the plate.
Changing speeds pretty well early on.
Two lifted out to right. Cole makes the catch. 2 down. Fans groups of 20 or more can enjoy Angels baseball for as low as $8 per seat. This year, take advantage of the exclusive group hat collection for select series. To book your outing today, just call 888-796-HALO. Log on at angels.com/groups. 2 down. Soto still standing at first base, and Shin-Soo Choo, the left fielder, will step up. Grounded out there for Navarro. Bottom of the first, so he's 0 for 1. Just missed off the plate. Angels in the top of the 4th have the bottom third of their order coming up, and Navarro, Cowgill, and Conger. Soto's not going anywhere from first. Other American League scores: Baltimore leading Cleveland 3-1. Cleveland winning the first 2 games of that series. White Sox leading Toronto 6-4. 2-1. Big games in the 6th. Toronto's second in the East at 6.5 back. Three balls and a strike.
Well, Chu was not going to try to get out of the way of that pitch inside. An off-speed pitch. Tried to turn his body into that pitch.
3-1 on the corner. Full count. Effort playing just behind Soto. 3-2 count at 2 outs. Soto will be on the move. Here's the payoff. Called strike 3. Down goes Chu. And the Rangers are done here in the third. We hit to the fourth. 2-0 Halos.
Lead the Rangers 2-0 here in the top of the fourth. Let's take a look at our Honda upcoming schedule. The 4-game series after today's game up in Boston, followed by a 3-game set in Oakland and home against the Miami Marlins, and a 4-game set against Oakland home, then off to Houston and then Minnesota. That's part of that long 4-city road trip.
The old makeup game with Cleveland. After Navarro, Colin Caligill, Hank Conger. After with an RBI single in the second is 1 for 1, picking up his 10th run batted in. Takes upstairs, and it's 2 balls, no strikes. Job by Hector Santiago working around a leadoff single. Now with 3 strikeouts, all 3 looking for Santiago. Tapper's still looking for that first strikeout. He's walked 2 and allowed 4 hits. Corner. At least according to Tom Hallion on the corner.
Yes.
2-1. Foul back.
Tavish with quite a few cut fastballs in this game. His overall velocity on his fastballs around 87, 92, but throws quite a few cut fastballs. About 25% of his pitches cut fastballs.
Full count now. Angels picking up the 2 runs in the second inning on 4 straight hits, 2 of which were infield singles. And that is outside. Going to go with a breaking ball. He kind of slipped out of his hand. 3rd walk issued by Tepesh.
Surprised he went a 3-2 curveball.
Got a product though of giving up first pitch fastball base hit to him last time. That's all I could think of.
Could be, yeah. I mean, but still against the bar, not known for power. He's a very good hitter as far as gap-to-gap line drive hitter. On a 3-2 count, most times when you're on the mound, you're just going to try to go after him with a fastball away and see if he'll hit the ball the other way against you.
Navarro takes off. Cowgill rolls one softly. The hit and run works. Navarro will turn and head to third.
That is working to perfection. What did we talk about, hit and run?
I don't know. I won't say any more about it. Sometimes it works.
That is working to perfection. It's putting the ball on the ground. Odor covering the base, and this baseball finally gets the outfield grass.
I'm a little surprised that Odor just stopped at second. I mean, that ball wasn't hit that hard. He's got decent speed. I thought maybe he'd break to his left and try to knock it down, maybe keep Cowgill at, or pardon me, Navarro at second base.
Yeah, if you're running, especially as a third base coach, and you see that, if you're Gary DiSarcina, you see the second baseman going back and knocking it down, you're more apt to try to have him stop at second. But seeing that baseball rolling in the outfield allowed Navarro to easily get into third base, potentially be able to score here the third run of the game.
Hank takes inside for ball one. He popped up in the infield in the second inning, so he's 0 for 1. Mentioned during that at bat, he's been struggling of late, not getting a regular playing time, of course. It's difficult to kind of get into a groove. You see his numbers against Texas. And that was the last stretch in which he was swinging the bat well, was here in that series against the Texas Rangers right before the All-Star break. But kind of since then, he's now, including today's at bat, 2 for his last 26.
Well, we're seeing what Mike Trout and Josh Hamilton have been doing, pulling off the baseball.
This one's popped up to shallow right. Odor and Andrews go out. It's the shortstop making the catch out at shallow right center. 1 down.
And once again, you see that front shoulder open up in the head movement from Hank Conger. When you do that, you don't have as much coverage on the outer part of the plate, and you will pop up a lot of those pitches. When you're staying back, your head is still. See, pulling off the baseball, and then it's dragging because your shoulder's flying open. It's dragging the bat behind you, and you're going to get underneath it in an uppercut, and you're going to get a lot of pop-ups.
That's exactly what Ibar was just telling him right there. But again, without regular playing time, difficult to kind of, you can do all the work you want in the cage or BP and stuff like that. Game speed, completely different.
Yes.
Calhoun takes inside.
And sometimes all that information you get, you try to gather instead of letting a lot of times just your normal instincts to be able to drive a baseball well. You're thinking too much. We say that when you're on the mound. You see that in the batter's box when you think too much instead of just react instinctively and hit the ball the way you're supposed to.
Cole 0 for 2 with an RBI. Picked up the RBI on the ground out in the second inning. His 40th run batted in. Tapper foul leaves up the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Navarro standing at third base. Cowgill at first with 1 out. 2-0 Angels here in the 4th. Time was called. Cole got tired of waiting at the plate. Tom Hallion granted time.
And Cole's 3rd at bat already in this game. Here we are in the top of the 4th. A lot of base runners for the Eagles yet. The Eagles only with 2 runs so far. That's why it's so important for Cole to get the job done as far as at least getting the Navarro home here.
Upstairs, 2 balls, 1 strike. Trout on deck. 2 runs, 5 hits, 4 left on for the Angels. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left on for Texas. Leadoff walk there for Navarro, and Colin Cowgill on a hit and run. First pitch, single to right. Colin with a couple of singles today. He takes off. 2-1 pitch, foul back.
And Ron Washington kept sensing that was potentially on as far as a hit and run. Tappers a number of pickoffs to Cowgill at first base. Not an easy pitch to put on the ground if you're Cole Calhoun. A high pitch, especially on a hit and run. You're trying to hit the ball on the ground.
So a 2-ball, 2-strike count. This is back up the middle, snagged by Tepish. That's going to turn into a double play. Cole could not have hit that ball any harder. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. Halo still up 2-0. Angels lead, and it could have been more, but Tepish throwing that glove down, robbing Cole Calhoun. Hey folks, tomorrow Prime Ticket at FoxSportsWest.com will bring you live coverage of the Clippers Fan Fest and press conference introducing the new owner of the Los Angeles Clippers, Steve Ballmer. Hear from the new owner himself, Doc Rivers, the players, and more. It all starts tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. only on Prime Ticket. Two, 3, and 4 for Texas here in the 4th. Andrews, Rios, and Beltre.
Boy, what a good swing too by Cole. A line drive, and Tepish just threw his glove down, catches a line drive, double play ball. That ball was definitely going to get through and into the outfield for an RBI single.
3 balls, no strikes on Andrews, who grounded out his first time up. 3 strikeouts, no walks, 1 hit allowed for Hector. 3-1. Just missed in. That's a leadoff walk. The second straight inning, the leadoff man on board. Soto with a base hit to start the 3rd, but was stranded there. And with Andrews, you got to worry about him and potentially running a little bit.
Got 21 stolen bases, so has been caught 12 times.
Alex Rios, a fly ball to center field to end the first inning. Outside, snap throw to first, and Andrews back in there. Big lead for Andrews at first. Hector's done a good job so far of trying to establish that inside part to right-handed batters.
Try not to allow him to get their arms extended. He's going to go back inside once again.
And if Hallian's going to call it, why not?
Especially if you're comfortable and aggressive going inside with a fastball. Now if you want to go inside, you can go maybe about a half a baseball in off the plate. Throw over the first base potentially. Hector with 3 pickoffs this year.
Almost here to the crowd, Mike. Someone yelling back. It could be Benjamin Molina or someone from that dugout. How quickly they make that determination. It's usually based on a pitcher's tendency. A little bit different look going to first than they have going home.
Yeah, sometimes you'll look towards home, then throw the first. Sometimes you'll look at first and then throw home.
Time was called at the last minute. The 1-2. Breaking ball down and in. Santiago's version of a quick pitch there.
I was going to say quick pitch. He held the ball last time, did a very good job. Anders going back to the base before time was called. And for Hector, that's not an easy thing to do, to hold the baseball like that, because he's got a lot of energy on the mound.
He went around. Looked like it anyway. Yes, he did. Al Gibson rings him up, 1 down.
See, that's a product of his ability to pitch inside against him twice in that sequence. And because he didn't want to get beat inside, he starts to bat quicker and then crosses the plate on the high fastball. No doubt went.
So 1 out, 1 on. Here's Beltre with a fly ball to right field in the second. Andrews takes off. Beltre takes inside. The throw down, not in time.
Well, Howie's looking back to see if he got the tag on the leg before Andrews got his hand on the base. Big jump. Looked like the hand got in before the tag was applied.
.22 stolen base for Andrews.
Yeah, good angle. Good job by our guys with the cameras. Seeing that hand on the base just before the tag was applied to the leg of Andrews.
1 ball, no strikes on Beltre with a man in scoring position. First time Texas has gotten a man to second base.
Yeah, if you guess right against a left-handed pitcher going on first move and you get that kind of a jump, it's going to be very difficult for a catcher to throw out a good base stealer like Andrews.
In a situation such as this, you've kind of opened up first base here, though, with Beltre, the one guy that you don't want to have beat you.
Well, you make him swing at your pitch out of the zone.
And he drives one out toward left center, and it's playable. Where Colin Cowgill makes the catch. Got it off the end of the bat.
It gives you that option. You don't have to give in.
Right.
You can make him hit your pitch.
It's not automatic. I'm going to say the old 4-finger wiggle there. You put him on, but you have J. Pierre and Sibia behind him, and that's byproduct of not having any protection for Beltre. That's why his numbers have dipped down a little bit since the All-Star break.
Yeah, you go through that lineup as far as your scouting report. Who's the one batter you want to avoid in an RBI situation? Even though we're still fairly early in the game and you have a 2-0 lead, you still avoid Beltre in those spots if you can.
Aaron Sibia struck out looking in the second. 0-for-1. Four strikeouts in the game for Hector. 1 walk, 1 hit allowed. One now. This one's lifted out toward left center. Cowgill again to his left is there. And Hector for the second straight inning works around a man getting on board to lead off the inning. We head to the 5th. 2-0 Angels. Is brought to you by Time Warner Cable. Enjoy better. Call 1-855-1-TWC. By the 2014 Camry at your Toyota dealer today, we make it easy. And by AT Uverse TV, mobilizing your world. Top of the 5th inning, 2-0 Angels. Halos with 2, 3, and 4 coming up. Trout, Pujols, and Kendrick. 2 runs in the second inning. An RBI single by Efren Navarre, and RBI ground out by Cole Calhoun. Tepish with 3 walks, no strikeouts, and 5 hits allowed. Trout 0 for 2. Fly ball to left. Ground ball to third. .59 pitch thrown by Tepish, 31 strikes, 28 balls, and got out of a situation in the 4th inning by a fine defensive play, his own doing. As that is lined to left, and it's a base hit. That snaps an 0 for 18 for Mike Trout.
And that fastball was inside. Pretty excited about getting that base hit. Inside, tucked his hands in, bat head, the barrel of the baseball.
So Trout on board for Pujols, who walked in the first and grounded out in the third. Sun trying to peek through here. Torrential downpour earlier this morning.
Yeah, it was pretty loud.
Yeah, big thunderstorm, lightning. About 6 o'clock this morning, it rained. Actually, up until game time. Although it died down a little bit about an hour or two before game time. And Trout picked off, was leaning there. And Odor applies the tag. One down.
Mentioned Tepish has a good pickoff move. That's his 4th pickoff of the season now. He's leaning, going, and then that quick move by Tepish. Well executed by Aaron Sivia. Ran him all the way towards the base and gets the ball to Odor, who's able to apply a tag.
0-2 count on Albert. One out now. Howie on deck. Will pop up on the first base side. Aaron Sivia calling for it. 2 down. There's Howie. Twice hit a fly ball to right field. The last one more of a sinking liner that Rios made a nice play on before the ball hit the ground. Tepish really running that pitch in on the hands.
He's thrown about 5 or 6 fastballs in a row inside. Even the base hit for Trout was a fastball in. Every pitch to Pujols in. That one to Howie in off the plate.
Kendrick in the hole now at 0-2. And that's a called strike 3. Kendrick goes down looking. First strikeout of the afternoon for Tepish as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Angels still leading it. 2-0 Angels here at the bottom of the 5th inning. Folks, time is running out to join the Junior Angels Kids Club presented by Farrell's Ice Cream Parlor Restaurants. This year, members will receive a Mike Trout shirt, Angels sunglasses, ticket vouchers, and more. To register, visit angels.com/Junior Angels today. We've been holding out that read until Mike Trout got a base hit, and that's why we did it just then.
Exactly. Even has the sunglasses on and everything out in the outfield now.
Rosales, Soto, and Odor for Texas here in the bottom of the 5th. Rosales getting to start today at third base. Popped out his first time up to Hank Cochran the second, so he's 0 for 1. Two balls, 1 strike. 60th pitch of the afternoon for Hector Santiago. 34 strikes. 4 strikeouts, 1 walk. Three and 1 now. Full count. Now the payoff. Fouled back.
Rosales loves pitches up in the zone. That was a high breaking pitch. Still went after it.
After the game today, the Angels will head up to Boston to start a 4-game series tomorrow night. C.J. Wilson going up against Brandon Workman tomorrow night. 4 night games at Fenway Park. This one lined to left center. Cowgill coming in, and he'll play it on a hop. Leadoff single for Rosales. Second hit allowed by Santiago. We'll bring up Soto.
3rd inning in a row now. Leadoff batter on base for Texas. Now Howie playing more so on the second base side. For that ground ball, exact area where Soto hit the ball last at bat.
Soto beating the shift with that 3rd inning base hit. Really credit to him considering where that pitch was in off the plate. Just kind of inside out of that one. Oh, 2. No stolen bases this year in the big leagues for Rosales. Texas overall 6th in the American League with 71 bags. Way upstairs.
That's changing eye level to a new level.
Yeah. Those are always fun to watch on the Game Day app. How they track that one. Looks like it's headed to the press box. 1-2. This is lifted down the right field line, slicing away from Calhoun and toward the corner. And that is a foul ball. Seattle trying to close out the Tigers. They are in the 9th at Comerica, 8-1. Tigers looking for the series win. Kansas City now delayed with Minnesota. That game is 7-2 Royals. Didn't miss by much. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That was former Oakland A Tommy Malone getting the start for Minnesota. Through the 2nd inning. There's a lot of rain up in Minneapolis.
2-2 now. Soto takes inside, a full count. Ron Washington starting Adam Rosales here.
Trusting that Soto will make contact. Yeah, I think he will.
Goes 3-2. It's a swing and a miss. And it was a late start by Rosales, who still gets in there because of the errant throw by Hank Conger. Easily a strikeout double play ball. But that ball sailed to the second base side, and there's nothing Kendrick could do. So it goes to stolen base. There's one out.
And Soto on this swing, if anything, on the follow through on the throw for Hank Conger, if he makes contact with Soto, you can call him out because he's over the plate at that point. And the high throw and how he did everything he could to try to apply a tag, especially as Rosales' hand went off the base initially, but got back and ended up being in scoring position now.
Odor, a strikeout victim in the third. A strikeout of Soto, the fifth for Hector. Two down. Santiago getting a new baseball there from Tom Haley. 2-ball, 1-strike count. Rosales leading off this inning with a base at the left. Just picked up a stolen base, his first this year. A 2-1 count on Odor.
Good spot at 90.
That is pulled to right, a base hit. Rosales will come in to score, and it is 2-1 Angels. Effort cuts it off, throws a second, and Odor is out at second base.
Oh, what a throw from Navarro, and Ron Washington's going to go out and check on that one.
I'm not sure Odor realizes that he was called out, or he really believes that he was in there safely.
Boy, going inside the one pitch, it looked like Odor could make good contact against Hector. And the throw in, and the spin and throw, and quick tag. See if indeed the tag was applied before the foot.
Looks like they're going to review this. Chris Guccione is coming over to Tom Haley. The home
matter
plate
if that tag was on the shoulder before his foot hit the base.
Call on the field is out at second. Odor gets credited with an RBI, his 27th of the year. Showing the replay on the video board at right field now. And on the video board, it looks like the tag on the elbow occurred just before that foot hit the bag.
It looks like he got to the elbow and then the shoulder area before the foot touched the base. There's a real good view right here. Baseball thrown. Hand and then shoulder, then foot on the base. He's out. And now no challenges left for Ron Washington. Another outfield assist for Calhoun is 8th. But a quick tag by Eric Ibar. A lot of the credit goes to Eric, and a nice throw from Efren Navarro at first base.
So 2 out spaces cleared. Robertson at the plate. Fly ball to right his first time up. 2-1 Angels. Lindor does pick up the RBI. And Hector delivers a strike. Left it out to shallow left. Ibar backpedaling out. Cowgill calls him off. And this bottom of the 5th is in the books. Texas strikes for a run and a couple of hits. We'll head to the 6th. Angels maintaining a 1-run lead now.
Summary presented by Audi. Efren Navarro, big base hit. Scoring Eric Ibar, scored 2 runs in that inning. And then Hector Santiago has been throwing the ball very well himself through 5 innings. Good breaking ball, good command of his fastball. As the Angels lead this one 2-1 here in the top of the 6th. Very solid by Hector so far in this game, as has the pitching has been since the start of the second half.
Ibar freezing the ball for the Angels here in the 6th against Nick Tepesh. Eric's been on board twice with a base hit in the 2nd inning, and he also scored that frame. Walked in the 3rd. Not a bad idea by Ibar. Think about bunting with Rosales at 3rd. And inexperienced J. Pierre Ancibia at first base. Catcher bites right. Eric pops this one up, and Rosales will back up on it. Calls off Andrews. 1 down.
Back to my Hyundai key to this game. Leave out all the rest, and all that talk about being in first place doesn't matter unless you play consistent baseball, and it's all about that game today. And so far, solid defense, very good pitching. A lot of hitting, but not enough runs so far to be able to be comfortable with plenty of opportunities. Good swing so far.
David Freese looks at a strike. 1 for 2 game for him with a single and a run scored. The fielder's choice. At the knees. 0-2. Odor moving to his right, has it. 2 down.
First baseman Efren Navarro.
Efren had an RBI single in the second inning. He was a 1-0 lead. He walked in the fourth. Eventually stranded over at third base. That's when Cole hit that liner back to Tepish. It turned into an inning double play. Cole twice today has hit the ball extremely hard, but nothing to show for it. Halos this game 2 for 7 with men in scoring position. Off the end of the bat, foul. Which 1-2.
Tepish, to his credit, has come back and thrown the ball pretty well. Gave up 2 runs in the second. Since that point, though, a lot of zeros for him.
Kind of like the back end of the pen for Texas last night against the Angels. They retired 10 in a row to finish off the Halos. The Angels, of course, still picking up the victory 5-4. But limited the Angels at the back end of that ball game. Two.
As that cut fastball in against another left-handed batter. Jammed Navarro.
Calgill with a couple of hits. Waits on deck. 2-1 Halos here in the 6th inning with 2 outs. Full count. Payoff is line to first. And the Angels, for the first time in this ball game, go down in order. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Texas with the top of the order coming up. 2-1 Angels here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Chu, Anderson, Rios coming up for Texas to face Hector Santiago. Hey folks, take a look at the 2014 North American Truck of the Year, the Chevy Silverado. Enter the Summer of Silverado giveaway for a chance to win a 2014 Chevy Silverado. Enter online today at angels.com/Chevy Chevrolet, the official ride of the Angels. Hector Santiago at 79 pitches so far through 46 strikes. 5 punch outs, 1 walk, and 3 hits allowed, 2 of which occurred in the 5th inning. And the Rangers, their first run and only run of the game. As Chu looks at a breaking ball now for a strike. Haven't seen too many of those from Hector so far. Now the 3rd time through the order. Chu with a ground ball to first and a strikeout.
They're going back-to-back breaking pitches.
Out to left, not hit very deep. Calgill comes racing in, makes the running catch, and there's out number 1.
Well, there's some pretty good speed and coverage in the outfield here with Calgill, Trout, and Calhoun in the outfield today here on display. That's a good reading job coming in and catching that fly ball by Calgill. You know, with the sun now.
There's Elvis Andrus. Turning into a beautiful afternoon, warming up a little bit. Andrus takes downstairs. Ranger shortstop grounded out of the 1st inning, walked and stole a base in the 4th, but was stranded at scoring position. Two and 1. Angels might get lucky with the weather in Boston. Mild temperatures. The only threat of rain right now, anyways, Thursday, which is not good. This one's out toward right center field. That'll get down for a base hit. Andrus is on board for the 2nd time today. His first hit. Puts a man on for Rios.
Andrus, a .318 career hitter against the Angels, though has struggled this season with that base hit coming in there, .227.
So 1 out, 1 on, and Rios at the plate. Fly ball to center in the 1st inning, struck out in the 4th.
Rios had a stolen base back in the 4th inning. Rios is grounded into 16 double plays. I think that's 17.
And we will head to the 7th. And there's no need to call that. I mean, you just basically did it yourself.
Trying to get through there.
Angels still up 2-1. Top of the 7th, the Angels with a 2-1 lead. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Los Angeles Angels and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. A little pulled pork sandwich. Real good. Calgill to lead things off for the Angels here. He'll be followed by Hank Conger, then Cole Calhoun facing Nick Tepesh, coming off his one and only 1-2-3 inning into 6th. Calgill 2 for 2 with a couple of singles. Infield variety in the 2nd inning. The other was on a hit and run in the 4th. This one out toward right center field. Rios is there. 1 out. Tepesh now has retired 6 straight since giving up the base hit to Trout, leading off the 5th inning. Conger now up 0 for 2, twice has popped out. Kevin Jepson begins to loosen. Hank skies one out to shallow center. 2 down. Jepson not loosening with any sense of urgency, so you figure that Santiago will come back out to start the inning, and if he gets in any trouble, and go to Kevin.
Hector's throwing the ball well once again. Really could have got out of this game so far through 6 innings with no runs allowed. A stolen base by Rosales could have been out, especially it could have been interference on Soto as he got in front of Hank Conger as he was throwing the ball to second base.
6th time this year that Santiago's gone at least 6 innings. Longest outing is 7. That was against Oakland back on April 14th. No decision for him, but he threw the ball well against the A's. And as it stands right now, Hector's scheduled to get the first start in that 3-game series against Oakland Friday night at the Coliseum. Looks like he'll be opposed by John Lester. Lester's supposed to get the start tonight against the Atlanta Braves. Cole a tough 0 for 3. Lined out in the 1st inning. Picked up an RBI on the ground out in the 2nd and lined out into a double play. Tepesh that play, the pitcher, in the 4th. Two balls, 1 strike.
Maybe rely a lot on that cut fastball. I think just 1 strikeout, 3 walks, 6 hits allowed.
Bouncer up the line. That is a foul ball. Gibson making the call. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sean Tollison, first man up for Texas. Tepesh at 86 pitches so far. Tollison pitched in the first game of the series with 1 inning. Gave up a run. Little dribbler towards second. Odor comes charging in. The Angels for the 2nd straight inning go down in order. That's 8 in a row retired by the right-hander. 7th inning stretch time, but the Angels still up 2-1. Mike Scioscia has gone to the bullpen. It's Kevin Jepsen on in relief here of Hector Santiago, our first relief pitcher. Brought to you by the UPS store. 60th game for Kevin. 0-1 record, a 2.13 ERA. Did not pitch last night, but did go 1/3 of an inning in Friday's game and allowed 2 runs on 3 hits. He'll face Beltre, Arancibia, and Rosales. That's 4, 5, and 6 for the Rangers. Santiago, another fantastic outing for him. A quality start. 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 5 strikeouts, 1 walk.
Very good command, great pace as usual from Hector Santiago.
Beltre, the DH this afternoon, twice has hit a fly ball out. Once the right, once the left. Drives one out the left field. Calgill was playing back and is there to make the play for round number 1.
What a great first step and read on that fly ball that was hit well by Beltre out the Calgill. Pointing into Kevin Jepsen. Great read off the bat. Calgill's a guy that can play center field. He's played all 3 outfield positions. When you have 3 outfielders have all played center field, you know there's great coverage in the outfield.
Mike Carpel pinch hit here for J.P. Arancibia. Arancibia finishes the afternoon going 0 for 2. Jepsen's first fastball in for a strike. Carp pinch hit last night, hit a fly ball to center. That was off Joe Smith. 12th game as a member of the Texas Rangers after being claimed off waivers from the Boston Red Sox. Good season for Boston last year.
Well, everything went well last year for the Red Sox. Guys with big hits. Bullpen was outstanding. Starting pitching was very good for Boston last year.
This one lined to first, and Navarro's got it for out number 2. If I remember correctly, Carp was in that trade because he was with the Mets originally. Joe Smith was with the Mets originally. I think he was part of that same trade. I think that was a 3-team deal involving Seattle and Cleveland. I want to say Carp was part of that trade.
Sounds right.
But he did have good numbers last year for Boston, and playing time started to dwindle for him this year, especially with all the struggles that the Red Sox had, and put him on waivers. And Texas claimed him with all the issues that they've continued to have offensively and at first base. He's the second out here. As Rosales fouls this one back. Rosales 1 for 2, a pop-up and a single. Stole a base and scored a run. Off the plate.
Good velocity here for Jepsen. Last time out bat 94. This one today so far fastball 96.
I just found that trade. That was a multiplayer trade, if there ever was one. That was the J.J. Putz deal. Franklin Gutierrez was in that trade. Andy Chavez, Jason Vargas was also part of that deal. That was back in 2008, prior to the 09 season. 1-2 downstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Good hard slider from Jepsen. Mike Scioscia very comfortable now the way his bullpen is set up. Talked to him yesterday. Was on the pregame show there today about getting some length out of his starters, but very comfortable in the roles of certain pitchers. And Kevin Jepsen is settled in this 7th inning role. You got Joe Smith in the 8th inning and Houston Street in the 9th. Jason Grilli in the 6th and 7th. Same thing with Michael Morin in there. Very solid bullpen.
Breaking ball. Bounced over to third. David Freese has it. High throw, and it goes off the glove of Navarro. And Rosales keeps on running to second instead of an easy 1-2-3 inning. The tying run now in scoring position as Freese commits his 7th error of the year. Just never really set his feet.
A roller by Rosales. As Navarro is trying to keep his foot on the base and reach up and catch that baseball. High throw from David Freese allows Rosales to get into scoring position.
So 2 outs and a man in scoring position for Soto, who's 1 for 2, singled in the 3rd, struck out in the 5th. One ball, one strike on the Ranger catcher. 4 hits for Texas, 6 for the Angels. As we get to the 8th, it looks as if the Rangers might make a pitching change. Tollison continuing to loosen in the pen. Halos have Trout, Pujols, and Kendrick due up in the 8th inning. Outside. Pump fake by Conger, but nobody cutting in at second base. It's 2 balls, 1 strike.
So 2. Yeah, real good slider once again from Jepson. He can throw that one for a strike, but he also has the ability to throw that little harder slider to get a swing and miss.
Two on the way. Upstairs, full count. Odor on deck, the second baseman. Halos should be out of this inning already. And a 3-2. Soto flips one down the right field line with slicing foul. Broke his bat, but gets some new lumber. Well, we'll reset and do it again. Rosales back to second base, representing the tying run. Another 3-2. That's a called strike 3. Down goes Soto, and the 7th is in the books. The end of the 8th, Angels up 2-1. to you by Mercury Insurance. Get a fast free quote at mercuryinsurance.com today and see how much you can save. By Jack in the Box and Jack's Spicy Chicken Club Combo for just $4.99 plus tax. And by the Sonata Premier Advantage, your Hyundai dealer now through September 2nd. Halo scored twice in the second. Texas got one in the fifth. And that's where we stand here as we begin the eighth inning in Texas. The Angels trying to make it a 5-game winning streak and trying to sweep the Texas Rangers. They've not figured out Nick Tepesch, who is indeed back out for this eighth inning. He's thrown 87 pitches, walked 3 and struck out 1, allowed 6 hits, but he has retired the last 8 in a row. Trout, Pujols, and Kendrick for the Angels here in the eighth. Mike 1 for 3. Snapped it 0 for 18 with a base hit to left in the fifth.
And Tepesch has pitched 7 innings one time, 7 1/3 is his longest outing.
Upstairs 2-0. Three, no doubt. And there's a 4-pitch walk.
Washington's moving around now. Give him the opportunity, Tepesch, to start this eighth inning, but a 4-pitch walk. Looks like it's going to force his hand to maybe go down to the bullpen now.
Well, Tollison's certainly ready to go. And in a season like the one that the Texas Rangers have had this year, these are those learning opportunities where you do send someone out there, especially to face a guy like Mike Trout, and give him a little bit of a leash to see if he can figure it out and get through this inning. He's at 90 pitches now. And still waiting to make a decision here. And now makes the call. So pitching change. Tepesch will give way to Tollison. 2-1 Angels. Mike Trout, and that ends the afternoon for Nick Tepesch. Went 7 innings plus a batter, 6 hits, 1 strikeout, 4 walks. Sean Tolleson comes in to pitch for the 50th time this year. 2-1 record, 3.12 ERA. As we mentioned earlier, he pitched in Friday's game and gave up a run in that one.
And Tolleson's fastball, 91-95, slider cut fastball, changeup.
He'll be facing Albert Pujols here with Trout standing at first base. Albert did not face him in Friday's game. Trout was on the move the last time he was on board in the 5th inning, but was picked off. Wonder if Mike Scioscia decides to do something here. Looking for some insurance. First one in there for a strike.
Tolleson has allowed 4 stolen bases in 6 attempts. No pickoffs. As you can see, he does a pretty good job of holding the baseball, though. Best way to deter a running game is holding the ball if you're a pitcher.
Time was called by Albert. Trout takes off. Pujols lines one out to deep left. Going back on it is Robertson, and it's off the wall. Trout ends up at third base. He'll stop there. Pujols on his way to second with an RBI double.
Well, that's a way to square up a baseball by Albert Pujols. Again, almost got a 24th home run. With Trout moving, lines it off the wall. This ball is hit so well, and then the slide in from Trout, and then realizes the ball's off the wall, and then gets back up and starts going around the third base. At that point, Gary DiSarcina has to hold him up, especially with no outs.
And that's Chu and left, Robertson in center field. So Chu playing the carom perfectly, getting it back in. So second and third, nobody out. Howie Kendrick at the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. Albert with his 32nd double of the year. Now trails Trout by 1 for the team lead. Now they're going to intentionally walk Kendrick. It's a last-minute decision there. So the base will be loaded with nobody out for Eric Ivor.
It's surprising, though, when you have a right-handed pitcher, right-handed batter, and you have Eric Ivor, a switch hitter, to be able to hit from the left side.
And there's ball 4. So a walk to Trout, double by Pujols, an intentional walk to Kendrick. Loads him up.
And we're 283 hitter versus right-handed pitching as compared to just 226 from left-handed pitching.
The only thing I can think of with the way Kendrick has swung the bat today and the couple of lineouts out to right with Trout at third. Give up the run with Ibar. Maybe you get a strikeout or maybe a comeback or back to the mound. The gamble, I guess.
And the force out potentially at home plate.
Yeah.
Especially now with the infield still in. They're not thinking in terms of a double play ball. They're thinking of cutting that runner off the plate.
0-1. Outfield shallow, especially in left and center. Chu and Robertson. Rios a couple of steps to his right toward the alley in right center field. He pulls one down the line. Should clear the bases. Swings through that one. Off speed pitch. 0-2. One down. On 3 pitches, Ibar's the first out here, the 8th.
That's that pitcher. He's had a tough time of late. Hard break a ball down and in. Now if that strikeout allows the middle infielders to play back now for Texas, corner infielders in. Freeze with 2 career grand slams.
Freeze 1 for 3 today. Takes a strike.
Boy, Pat Tabler has told us many a times he's one of the best hitters with the bases loaded. Use the middle of field. Think single up the middle. Use the big part of the field.
Lays off, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Freeze did face Collison Friday night, doubled to lead off that 7th inning and eventually scored a run. Trout standing at 3rd, Pujols at 2nd, Kendrick at 1st. Two and 1. Effort on deck. Neil Kotz, the lefty, getting ready for Texas. Now the 2-1. Freeze fouls it back to the right. 2-2. Hale is 2 for 8 this afternoon with the bases loaded. A partner with the men in scoring position. The struggles continue with the bases loaded. And now the 2-2. 2 outs. With Navarro coming to the plate, you wonder if Washington is going to make a move, and it looks like he is. Albeit a slow one. He's on his way to the mound here. With Kotz more than likely being summoned from the pen. Bases loaded, no outs, and Tollison strikes out 2 for. Put the Angels in a difficult situation here, trying to stretch their 1-run lead. And again, Ron Washington taking forever here. Finally makes the call. So Kotz will come in. Imagine maybe so should Counters. And we'll see what he decides to do. Pitching change. 2-1 Angels. outs now for the Angels. And Mike Scioscia limited with the options on the bench right now, with Colin Cowgill getting to start in left field today. You have Chris Iannetta, John McDonald as your two options from the right side of the plate. So Efrain Navarro will bat here against Kotz, who's pitching his 58th game. 2-6 record, a 3.57 ERA. Kotz got into the game last night and had himself a 1-2-3-8.
His fastball is 90-94, very good cut fastball, slider, changeup.
So the Angels now 2 for 9 with men in scoring position. 0 for 4 today with the bases loaded.
Navarro, 263 hitter against left-handed pitching, coming into game 269 versus right-handed. He stays inside the baseball well against a left-handed pitcher.
And Chu's playing very shallow and toward the line in left field. Robertson shading effort toward the alley in left center. 1 for 2 game for Navarro. RBI single in the second, a walk in the fourth, a line out in the 6th inning. That was to the first baseman. Takes a strike. Foul tipped 0-2. Keep in mind that Mike Trout being deked at second base on the double by Pujols also cost the Angels a run.
And they ended up going in sliding in the second base.
Trout was on the move. 0-2 count. Fouled off the left. Nice catch.
So we hit the count 0-2 for Kotz. He's the guy that throws a slider in the dirt on occasion, like Trout at third base. Moving away from Soto, he's going to be more apt to be aggressive to try to score.
Navarro goes around, and the Angels with a golden opportunity leave them loaded. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. 2-1 Halos.
Rangers 2-1 here in the bottom of the 8th inning, and now it's time for the AT fan photo of the game. Check out our fan photo of the game here. Daniel. It's a great look. Get in the first place. Get the A logo on the chest. Good job, Daniel. Remember to tweet your photos using #WestFanPhoto, and your photo could be used on an upcoming broadcast.
Why don't you change your Twitter handle to @Daniel7851271? Huh? Is that what you're doing today?
Yep.
Joe Smith on the relief here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Odor, Robertson, and Chu coming up for Texas. 60th game of the year for Joe Smith. 4-1 record at 2.16.
It's uncomfortable, though.
Is it a little itchy?
Yeah.
Smith has worked in the last 2 games, 1/3 of a frame in Friday's game, and 1 inning yesterday. Leonis Martinez come out to the on-deck circle. He back to Robertson as Odor takes outside. Jepson, by the way, went a scoreless 7th inning. Facing 4 batters. There's Martin. Bouncer foul. That's 1 ball, 1 strike. Odor 1 for 2. A strikeout victim in the 3rd inning. RBI base hit in the 5th. John McDonald takes over at 3rd base for David Freese. Playing in on the grass just in case Odor drops one down. Two. Sharply hit. Kendrick smothers it. 1 down.
Especially with the speed of Odor, always important to keep him off the bases. Well played by Howie. Another ground ball out for Joe Smith.
So Leonis Martin gets introduced here as the pinch hitter. Take over in center field for Robertson, who finishes 1 for 2 with a couple of fly ball outs. Martin yesterday had a couple of hits, 2 for 4, batting in the 5th spot in the order. He'll take a look at the breaking ball for a strike. One ball, 1 strike. On the corner.
60th game of the season for Joe Smith. 60th game of the season earlier for Kevin Jepson. Last 3 seasons for Joe Smith, 71, 72, and 70 games appeared in.
Well, soft liner towards second, and Howie's got it. 2 down. Nice play by Kendrick.
Jammed him on that slider, and Howie coming in, able to catch that baseball just before it hits the dirt.
So 2 outs, and Shin-Soo Choo will step up. 0 for 3 today. Slider missing downstairs. Neftali Feliz, closer now for Texas, getting ready. Angels in the 9th have 8, 9, and 1 due up.
2-0. Joe upset at himself, trying to get that outside corner. It's 3-1. Trying to finish off his former teammate and get the Angels back in the dugout. 3-1 now. And he walked him. A 2-out walk. It's the tying run on board for Elvis Andrus. It's the 11th walk this year for Joe Smith. Jim Ducey takes over at first base as the pinch runner.
Never out of the realm of possibility for Ron Washington to put a hit and run on, especially with Andrus, the way he handles the bat and hits the ball well the other way.
Ducey in the big leagues, one stolen base, has been caught once. Throw over.
Well, he almost had him.
Quick move.
He was leaning. He just barely got the hand in the back part of the base.
Caught the inside corner. Another throw over. The Ducey back easily. Last year, 32 stolen bases at AAA. This year, the minor leagues, a total of 3. Big lead. He takes off, and he had a huge start. And that's totally stolen on Joe Smith. Running start for Ducey in the tying run in scoring position.
Yeah, if he even steps off the pitching rubber, he can easily get him. No chance for Hank Conger to throw out a Ducey as he slides in. He's in scoring position now.
One ball, one strike on Elvis Andrus. 1 for 2 today. Singled his last time up. Two and 1. Two and 2. And again, Elvis certainly not happy with that call. Now the 2-2. This down and in. Full count.
Another pitch inside.
Alex Rios, the man on deck. Beltre after that. A 2-out walk to Shin-Soo Choo and a stolen base by Ducey, the pinch runner. 3-2, rolled foul. Gary Pettis, third base coach, will retrieve it. Speaking of speed, coverage in the outfield.
Oh, yeah. One of the all-time greats. 2 former Halos coaching first and third here for Texas.
Gary's fun to watch. Devo.
Yeah.
The way he just, like a gazelle.
Well, when you think about all the center fielders the Angels have had over the years in that coverage. Erstad, Trout, Fred Lynn, Von White, Gary Pettis. Jim Evans made arguably one of the greatest plays in history. Right over his shoulder in Kansas City with David Howard hitting it.
Here's the 3-2. Chopper back to the mound. Smith's got it. Flips it over to Morrow, and we will head to the 9th. But the Angels still up 2-1. Marco, top tier play of the game, and it happened in the second inning. RBI ground out. Doesn't seem like a whole lot, but that netted the Angels their second run of the inning. And the Angels have only scored twice today, so they lead it 2-1. So a big play by Cole Calhoun, picking up his 40th run batted in. He's due up third in this inning. New pitcher on. It's Neftali Feliz, the closer now for Ron Washington as he takes over for Neil Kotz, who struck out Efren Navarro to get out of the 8th inning jam. Both the pinch hitter and pinch runners that we saw in the 8th inning stay in the game. Martin is out at center field, and Ducey remains in the game in left. Colin Cowgill, Hank Conger, and Cole Calhoun here in the 9th inning. Facing Feliz, who did pitch in Friday night's game. 1/3 of an inning, issued a walk and had 1 strikeout. Colin 2 for 3 with a couple of singles and a fly ball to right. This one out to center. 1 out. We bring up Hank Conger. Stick around after the last out. Angels Live postgame presented by your SoCal Mazda dealers. Patrick McNeil, Jose Mota, and we hope Mark Nubio. Or at Danny. What's your new Twitter handle?
Still a little itchy.
Hank go for 3. A couple of pop-ups and a fly ball to center. 2 runs, 7 hits, an error, 8 left on for the Angels. 1 run, 4 hits, 4 left on for Texas. Friday, a 1-run victory. Last night, the same. Unless they score here in the ninth, looks like just to try to close out another 1-run victory. That ball ripped into the seats and hopefully didn't hit anybody.
Well, it'd be nice to get that extra run or two here.
One ball, 2 strikes.
Hank is trying to stay back. Front shoulder flying open for him. Kind of think in terms of a line drive up the middle. He still has the power to hit it out, but he's got to think up the middle first.
Ground ball to the right side. 2 down. Cole will step to the plate. The Houston streak gets ready in the Angels bullpen. It'll be Rios, Beltre, and Carp for Texas in the ninth. Cole hitless today in the midst of a 7-game hitting streak. Lifted down the left field line, was slicing out of play. And it's an 0-1 count. There's Houston. One ball, 1 strike. Outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Trout on deck. And now the 2-1. This one lifted in the air to left. Ducey comes in. The Angels go down in order here in the 9th inning. We'll head to the bottom of the 9th. Houston Street trying to close it out. The Angels up 2-1. Angels trying to finish off the Texas Rangers as Houston Street takes over on the mound. We'll talk about that in a second. Here's tomorrow's starting pitchers in the series that begins at Fenway Park. A 4-game set. C.J. Wilson and Brandon Workman.
And Workman threw the ball pretty well against the Angels. C.J. Wilson trying to capitalize on that last effort he had. A lot of first pitch strikes, a lot of strikes in the zone for C.J. Hopefully he'll be able to continue on and win that 10th game of the season starting tomorrow night.
There's Houston. He has worked back-to-back games, picking up 2 saves. 1, 2, 3, ninth inning with both Friday and Saturday's game. Here this afternoon, he'll face Rios, Beltre, and then Mike Carter. Oakland plays later tonight against the Atlanta Braves, the Sunday night game. Alex Rios, the right fielder, 0 for 3, grounded into a double play that ended the 6th inning. First one down and away. This one's ripped to left, the base hit, leadoff man on board.
Winner half and down. Rios drops the head of the bat, lines it into left field.
Second hit of the series. And here's Adrian Beltre. Beltre, the DH today. 3 fly ball outs to the outfield. 1 to right, 2 to left. Last one was more of a liner. Rios has 16 stolen bases. That has been caught 9 times. Texas certainly has not been shy of running.
3 stolen bases today.
First one in there for a strike. And with the off-speed pitch. Would have liked to see the Angels tack on some insurance runs. Give the bullpen a little breathing room. Especially going back to that 8th inning. Bases loaded, no out situation. 0-1 downstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. First time Beltre has faced Street in this series. Hector Santiago allowed a run on 4 hits, 5 strikeouts, 1 walk in his 6 innings of work. In the dirt, nice dig and blocked by Conger. Keeping that ball in front of him. It's 2 balls, 1 strike.
And this pitch right out in front of the plate. Hank able to keep that in front of him, keep Rios at first, still keeping the double play in order.
Rios maybe leaning just a little bit there. Good hit run count.
I was going to say that. Good count to do something if you're Texas 2-1. It's going to be a fastball.
Good lead for Rios at first. Was leaning again. Tag just a little bit tardy.
And he's definitely going. It's twice now he's almost stumbled when he's got back to the base. Barr's trying to keep the tag on him. With a bigger lead for Rios now.
2 balls, 1 strike. Rios takes off. Pitch is pulled through the left side. A base hit. Rios will turn and stop. So back-to-back singles to start this 9th inning. Tying run at second base. Winning run at first.
And Ibar covering the base. And ground ball in that hole at shortstop.
Kind of odd to see with a right-handed batter like Beltre up to Ibar vacating his shortstop position there.
Just thinking the same thing. It's odd, especially right-handed batter who pulls the ball. Yes, he hits the ball well up the middle.
Now here's Mike Carp. Pinch hit in the 7th inning and lined out to Navarro.
No sacrifice bunts so far this year.
Not bunting, and he lines one out to right center field. Rios will be waved in, and this is a 2-2 game as Beltre ends up at third. And how big does that 8th inning look now for the Angels offense?
And it's pitched down, and Carpus went down and got it. Places it well into center field. This means anytime Mike Scioscia comes out in this discussion, he's going to bring in an outfielder to play the infield. Looks like Cole Calhoun will be playing in the infield as far as a 5 infielder position here now for the Angels.
So Houston Street pitching in his 3rd straight game has allowed 3 straight hits to start off this 9th inning. Winning run standing at 3rd. And it'll be Ana Rosales, the batter. Three infielders on the right side with a right-handed batter up. Rosales a 1 for 3 games. Singled and scored in the 5th.
Potential suicide squeeze or safety squeeze also with Rosales at the plate.
Fouls the first one. Texas scoring a run here tonight. They're tied up at 2. 3 straight hits. Carr picking up his 3rd RBI as a member of the Rangers. Unfortunately for Hector Santiago, no decision for him. Another solid outing. Pitch out, nothing's happening. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gonzalez lifts one out to left field. That will be deep enough, regardless of whether or not Cowgill makes the catch. And Texas walks off on the Angels by the final of 3-2.
Well, that's one of those tough ones to take. When you think about it, you look back in the course of this game, many opportunities to expand the lead, especially even though Texas has had some key guys go down with injuries. They're still a very dangerous club at home here, and they respond with 4 straight hits off Houston Street, who's been absolutely fantastic, not only with the Angels, but this entire season. Texas pulls this one out 3-2.
Houston allows his first runs as an Angel. He'll take the loss if Tali Feliz picks up the victory as he pitched a scoreless ninth. Texas wins it 3-2. The final. Stick around. Angels Live post game is coming up next.